Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us on this Friday. 888-933-93 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. State holiday here in Texas. Trying to make that national holiday, an official national holiday.
The day that...
Should be.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
It should be.
Is that the day that word arrived to the last of the slaves?
In Texas.
In Texas.
That there was the Emancipation Proclamation. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they just didn't check Twitter. I think it was tweeted out.
I'm sure it was.
Earlier in the week.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Just check your stinking Twitter feed.
It didn't trend.
How hard is it?
It didn't trend.
Oh, it wasn't trending?
Yeah.
Really? So you had to search around for it a little bit?
That's weird.
Huh. That is strange. Our kids are going to wonder, why didn't they just tweet it? Why wasn't it just tweeted out? And then they would have known right away.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Got to get those kids checked, though.
All right. We've got so much stuff. I mean, there's, as always, way more than we can get to in a 2-hour show. We'd have to do the show all day long to get to half of it.
We're going to do a Blaze Radio takeover?
Yeah. Just take over Glenn's show.
Take it over.
And whoever else is on the rest of the days. And sometime during the day, you are in there.
I show up sometime. I don't know where now.
I don't know
though.
when. I don't know where. I don't know why. But
wait,
you make your audience work. Good luck finding me.
Yeah,
suckers.
Yeah.
Just subscribe to the podcast. I mean, listen to it all.
Like, what's the name of the podcast, though?
Chewing the Fat.
And where's it available?
Everywhere. Wherever. I know you're waiting for wherever free podcasts are sold, so I'll go ahead and give it to you.
Desperately waiting for that. I'm right on the edge of my seat for that.
I do my own podcast, At the Mic, and this week just dropped was the interview I did with one Sarah Sullivan, who keeps Glenn Beck's radio program on the air.
For
so
like
that was fun.
130 years now.
I think she's getting there. I don't know what
seriously
they give
she's
you.
been what?
It's been a long
Is it
time.
20 years?
No.
Sarah? No, it's not.
No.
15 at least.
17 years, I think,
17.
with the program, and about 10 running the board. Yeah.
I think more than 10 because she was running the board before I got here in 2009.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
11. Yeah, it was 09 that she started. Yep. We cover that on At the Mic.
Okay.
No need to listen now, though. We already.
Right.
Whoa. No, wait.
You spoiled all the secrets. Speaking of secrets, there's some secret video that Keith won't tell me about.
Secrets.
I'm supposed to play it sight unseen, which is
dangerous, right?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was put together by listeners. So
yes.
Even more dangerous, really.
That could be an interesting grab bag. You never know what you're going to get there. But we have great listeners.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that this is actually broadcast quality.
Oh, no.
So,
Hi, Glenn.
Oh.
Wait. What?
Is this Pat?
Is this Pat?
Is this Pat?
Oh, good. They're repeating it.
Is this Pat?
Hi, Pat.
Pat. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
This was inevitable, right? Pause it for just a second.
Yes.
This was inevitable.
Oh, yeah.
Because last week we got the call. I don't know. There was somebody who broke many of the rules, and so we went over the rules again. And I said, okay, we shouldn't even do this because this is all that will happen from now on. So they compiled it into one.
Oh,
that's
yes.
great.
It's
and hopefully
fun.
we get it out of our system here. All right, let's see this.
East of the Rockies.
East of the Rockies.
East of the Rockies. East of the Rockies.
From west of the Rockies.
We all want to let you know that we saw the show today.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking to the call screener.
He's a really nice guy.
Thank you for taking our calls. We want to say,
We all want to say.
We want to say.
We just want to say that in these difficult times,
in these difficult times,
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Right there.
Right there with ya.
Even though, technically, we're hundreds.
In some cases, well over 1,000
kilometers.
I
who wrote this script?
What's a
Who
kilometer?
even knows how far that is?
Kilometers, people. It's not that difficult. Miles apart.
Which makes everything we just said,
But stupid.
But stupid.
but stupid.
Stupid.
Signage to the American Sign
But
Language.
stupid. But stupid.
But stupid.
so join us.
As we adjust to this new normal.
Where we repeat everything we say.
Everything we say.
Where we repeat everything we say.
In the hopes.
In the hopes.
In the hopes.
That we'll hear a pat screech.
Pat screech.
Pat screech.
Pat screech.
Thank you.
Thank you for making your irritation.
For making your irritation.
So enjoyable.
So enjoyable.
And hey, that other guy.
And other guy?
Keith.
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 Yeah.
Keith, we know that sometimes
Cat can be.
Cold as ice.
No.
But you just keep pushing those animal videos, buddy.
You just keep pushing those animal videos, buddy.
Keep pushing those animal videos, buddy.
Keep pushing those animal videos, buddy.
And Jeffy?
Jeffy.
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 Jeffy,
Jeffy.
Just keep doing.
just keep doing whatever it is.
You just keep.
Nobody really knows what he does. So.
All right.
Whatever it is you do.
You just keep doing whatever it is that you do.
Whatever it is you do.
But don't get caught.
18.
18.
18.
18.
18.
So
Nice.
good.
That's really good.
Well done.
Yeah, really well done.
So many
That's funny.
So
great things there.
those are some pretty active Patheads.
Yeah.
Amy, what's her face?
Yeah, so
Amy
she
Were.
she wrote the
She wrote the script.
Yeah. Now the idea
It's
originated
a
with
difficult
Sweet Pea.
script to write.
It was
too.
a tough script.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But Sarah for Republic, thank you for coming up with that idea, and then they took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, wow.
Norwegian Dan is the one that put that together, edited everything together, did the sign language for us too. Or else we
Impressive.
would have been lost. But yeah,
So all that stuff was done by Dan in Norway? Was he in Norway at that time?
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's a
Right,
lockdown.
yeah, that's
You
where he
can't
lives.
travel.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't-
Right.
You can't go anywhere.
Right.
And so everyone sent their videos to him. You know, you got Stephen Avery, Saves 84, B.S. Mariani, Putin on a Ritz, Real Tyler Morgan, Just Too Muck and Futch, Madursky, The Professor, Brian Bokenyi,
and Marianne.
and let's see, Michael MP 1701,
1701.
Rants Out Loud, and Muff Squish.
Nice job. Awesome.
job,
that was
guys.
that was fun. 888-933-93.
We'll
I'll tell
post
you.
that later, by the way. YouTube.com/PatGray. Go subscribe.
All right. Now we get to the
Animal videos? Animal videos.
animal videos.
Right? That's what we're doing now?
We'll get to that animal video later on.
I tried, y'all.
You know, it'll be like the doc thing that was going to get to the
New numbers on
procrastination numbers.
Yeah.
Actually,
Never got to him, did he? Did he ever get to him?
No.
No.
So
We came very close one day.
I'm good with not getting to the animal videos too.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
me too.
Stop it. Stop it.
All right. So, we talked yesterday about the fact that the NCAA said, hey, you can start practicing for the football season 6 weeks before your game begins. So if you start first week of September, that means late July, you'll be back in practice in like a fall camp. So that was pretty heartening. But they hadn't checked with Fauci.
Oh no.
Fauci hadn't sounded off yet.
I can't.
This guy. It's unbelievable. So he warns football may not happen this year. Shut up. Unless players are essentially in a bubble, he says, insulated from the community, and they are tested nearly every day, it would be very hard to see how football is able to be played this fall. If there's a second wave, which is certainly a possibility, and which would be complicated by the predictable flu season, football may not happen this year. Wow.
This guy.
I can't take this guy. I can't take this guy. So I just have 2 words to say to him. Shut up, Fauci! Fauci, shut up! Shut up, Fauci! Fauci, shut up! There's a little Pat screech and the 2 words that need to be
it's
said
another
to
hit.
Fauci. Yeah, another hit. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. Stick to to medicine.
Right.
Will you please?
Why is he the destroyer of all that's good? Why are we listening to him? He's gotten everything wrong for an entire career. We've talked about this.
We all know who you need to go to.
By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights?
I called up Cardinal Tobin, Cardinal Joe Tobin in Newark.
And we've not heard from Cardinal
No,
Tobin
we have
on
not.
this issue yet.
If they play, it's going to be a different kind of season anyway. You know, I mean, we saw the news from the University of Florida yesterday.
Which was?
Their head of the university, Kent Fuchs.
Fuchs.
Sure,
Fuchs.
if that's what you want to say.
We'll go with
sure.
that. We'll go with that one.
The famous Gator bait chant.
Yeah.
It's no longer going to be performed.
Why not?
They just want the fans to
What?
cheer that anymore.
What's wrong with that?
Because it's it's the imagery of the horrific racist.
What is the imagery?
Well, there's no, according to the president.
What?
While I know of no evidence of racism associated with our gator bait,
Okay, then why?
it's the horrific racist imagery associated with the phrase. But we just can't. We can't allow that to happen.
Please
anymore.
make this stop.
Is that wait?
So
now
we're
are you
just
saying
making it up.
black people are bait for gators?
What?
Are you? Is that what you're alleging there? That is so racist.
I know. He's the one that's got the imagery, not us.
What is the matter with you? I have never in my life thought
Not once. Not
you were
once.
talking about blacks.
Nope.
Not
As gator bait.
once.
Oh my gosh. That is unreal.
The fans got to rebel and do this.
That is
Yes.
They have to.
unreal.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I mean, I have followed college football my whole life and heard the gator bait thing. And has that ever even crossed your mind?
Not for
No,
a
but I mean, I
nanosecond.
have white privilege.
That's true.
So
See,
it's possible.
see,
True.
we don't know. We can't understand.
Well,
that.
it's your white privileges should make you especially susceptible to that then.
And I got news for you.
Wow.
A gator doesn't matter.
Doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, they don't care.
who it
They
eats.
don't really
They don't care about the color of your skin.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They'll go ahead and eat you either
Yeah,
way.
it does.
They get a chance. I can't believe it.
I mean, that is just
Stupid.
Yeah.
But stupid.
I don't understand. I really don't.
I don't either. I don't either.
What's
And you're right. The fans have to
Yeah.
rebel, right? I mean,
what's
the
left?
They're
the
gonna be
band won't
pissed.
play it, but the fans have.
you?
No way, not doing that.
Wow.
Are you allowed to clap anymore?
So-
or is there some sort of racial
I
undertone
don't
there?
know. The chop's got to go away soon, right?
Probably.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
They've already. Don't get me, please. They've already taken that out.
In this environment, how are the Seminoles? Florida State
They've-
still the Seminoles.
They've hung tough with that.
They really have.
That's because the Seminole Nation down there has said, no,
Yeah,
no,
they've
no,
said it's
we
okay.
like this.
But that doesn't,
doesn't
matter to the
matter.
white liberals.
No.
You're right. You're right.
They're still offended on behalf of the
Yeah.
Seminoles.
Yep.
The Seminoles don't know what they're
Yeah,
too
they're-
stupid to know
right.
what they're offended by.
Right. You should be offended by it.
Yeah.
And so we're offended on your behalf because you're too dumb to be offended. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with these products on the shelf.
Oh, the
They're
products
taken
on
off,
the shelf.
you know?
Oh my
That
gosh,
is
I know.
Unreal.
I went.
Keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I went to the store yesterday and got the moment that I was at the Aunt Jemima syrup, grabbing it off the shelf. This other guy was doing the same thing, and we were both reaching up above and grabbing a Mrs. Butterworth as well. And we had the conversation that, yeah,
Your last chance.
we're putting these in a time capsule.
Mm-hmm.
It's madness, man.
Yeah, keep the bottle because
And-
it's going to be worth something someday.
If you think that Mrs. Butterworth is
Right, that's the whole thing.
aren't you
she
the
doesn't
racist?
have a color, man. It's the syrup behind it. I can't. Oh, what time is it?
You know what really, it blows me away that Uncle Ben's rice is under fire. Now they're going to change that.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is the stereotype there? You've got an older gentleman, a handsome older black man. That's all that's on the packaging.
Just
He's not doing
Uncle Ben.
anything, to stereotypical. Is there some black man smiling stereotype I'm not aware of, or some kind of rice cooking racism that I don't know about? Do black people, is that a stereotype that they cook rice or eat rice? I don't think so.
But just wait. When does it come back around when the movement starts? Why are there no minorities on packaging and stuff? Why don't they get put out there? Where's their faces? I want to see more faces of color on products that we buy every day.
We're eliminating them right now.
Listen to the press release from the company. Racism has no place in society. We stand in solidarity with the black community or associates and our partners in the fight for social justice.
Oh boy.
We know to make the systemic change needed, it's going to take a collective effort from all of it. Listen to the Marxist rhetoric in this.
Boy, no kidding.
Oh my gosh. The systemic change needed, collective effort from all of us. Individuals, communities, and organizations of all sizes around the world. Right. Okay, so let me get this straight. If we get more food packaging changes, if we change enough labels so that there are no black people ever depicted on a label, I guess that's the systemic change we need to make in order to cure racism.
So by eradicating faces of color from our society, we've solved the problem. Alrighty then.
Okay. I'm sorry, that in and of itself seems racist.
It does seem that
way. It's a world that just doesn't make sense anymore at all, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is a world that doesn't make sense.
It's really sad.
And I feel like I'm missing something because I really don't understand most of it.
Well, you're white. You're white.
Yeah, and your privilege is speaking right now, loud and clear. Okay, we got it, Mr. Dog Whistle. There are dogs howling all over this neighborhood right now.
I think it's time for old white guys to just shut up. That's what Kevin Bacon told us.
Yeah, and you know, Dr. Fauci, too, for that matter. Everybody now.
We all get to chime in?
I missed it.
A little sloopy there.
Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up. I didn't remember my own lyrics. Pretty complex. Shut up, Fauci. Fauci, shut up.
After you've been on tour for a while, that's easy to do.
Yeah,
you forget where you're at. You got to do the song.
Right.
They all bleed
tough.
together.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Tommy John. This is the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. It looks great. It feels great. I mean, how often do people see your underwear? Your T-shirts. They see those all the time, right? Mm-hmm. But unless you're on a really familiar basis with somebody, probably don't see the underwear they're wearing. Anyway, to have a sweat-free summer this year, I recommend Tommy John's ultra-breathable underwear and bras. That's a good thing, too, because women are not excluded from this. They're inclusive now, and the women's wear is fantastic as well. Everybody loves it. They have a range of summer-ready, breathable options, but they're cool cotton underwear for men and women. It's like having your own on-body AC unit. Without all the CO2 that comes with that.
Fan of that.
Nice.
Tommy John's Cool Cotton is made from premium natural Pima cotton for enhanced airflow, and it evaporates sweat super fast, keeps you drier. It's just the best underwear you'll ever have. For a limited time, go to TommyJohn.com/unleashed. Great Father's Day gift, by the way. TommyJohn.com/unleashed. Get 20% off site-wide. That's TommyJohn.com/unleashed for 20% off everything that's on the website.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Amy, what's her face? Our listener, another Pathead that was part of the opening video, also showed us how we can finally. And we were just talking about it, how we can eliminate racism.
It's been a busy little bee.
Yeah, she has.
I just had to make this video because I have seen so much crap on social media today about this Aunt Jemima thing. You guys are making fun of it, and it is serious, and we need to take it more seriously, okay? Ooh. All right, as a white American, it is my job, it is our job as white Americans to let black people know when something racist happens. I mean, how else are they going to know when they've been offended? We can't just expect them to figure that out on their own. Now,
that's a good point.
I'll tell you what, we are all guilty of this. Okay, I realized today that when I eat an Oreo cookie,
Oh no!
I take the black parts off and I go right for the white part because I'm naturally drawn to the white part.
Confessions.
And I don't know what that says about me, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you know, cream of wheat. I mean, there's this black man on the box and he's selling a white product. Cream of wheat is white, you know. And I eat that every morning. And you know what I put in it?
Oh no!
You want to know what I put in it?
Milk.
White sugar.
Aunt Jemima syrup. Every single morning.
Okay.
No, you don't.
You'll have to forgive my son Hunter. He's doing some yard work for me. Every morning I eat that. What does that say about who? I don't even know who I am anymore. But I'll tell you what I want to do. I am going to get rid of all of the food I had for my month meal plan, and I'm going to replace Uncle Ben's rice, Quaker products, Aunt Jemima. Quick. Why don't you look at this white son of a bitch? He's smiling. I know why he's smiling.
Captain Crunch.
He's a white man in America, and he doesn't have any struggles.
Right.
Yeah.
His white privilege.
We need to take care of this, okay? You know what? I was going to make my daughter a Rice Krispie treat birthday cake. I'm not anymore. No snap, crackle, and pop in my house. You know who they are? Ku Klux and Klan. That's who they are. Yeah, let's get real about this, okay? Get it out of here, out of your house, burn it. Do not take it to the homeless shelter. We do not want our homeless to be racist, okay? They are poor and bad enough as it is. We do not want them to also be racist on top of being poor, all right? Okay, so, to recap, get rid of it all, and we're going to be all right. The answer to racism in America is in your pantry.
It's in your pantry.
Wow, really powerful. Thank you, Amy. Really powerful.
And it's a message we all need to hear as Americans.
Well, it is, and we need to be introspective about it. We need to look inside ourselves and wonder, how many times have I supported the captain?
Wow.
Right. Way too many times.
Or Ku Klux and Klan.
Ku Klux and Klan, yeah.
Yep.
The captain, what are his qualifications to be captain?
Yeah,
that he's white.
He is a captain.
He's white.
He's never, so far as we know, he hasn't even issued any orders.
Correct.
As far as I know. As a matter of fact, the captain produces a cereal called Oops All Berries. Now, he's been doing that for 35 years. Okay, the first time you screwed up, okay, I can give you the oops. Now it's just a stinking communist lie.
Yeah, now it's premeditated.
And I'll tell you this.
Premeditated.
Would a black man have gotten away with that all these years? No, he would have been fired for the mistake after mistake after mistake. Come on! It's only because of his white privilege has the captain kept his job. She makes some really good points there. So
an old white man,
that. Right?
Captain Crunch, getting away with mistakes for decades.
And as far as we know, was he ever, I don't know, an ensign?
No, we don't know.
No. Was he just a normal sailor at any point? Not that we know of.
Maybe,
but we don't know about it.
Somebody put a silly hat on him, and now all of a sudden he's captain.
He's Captain Crunch.
White privilege, man.
Yep, exactly.
It's got to stop, y'all.
Yeah, so check your pantry. Check your pantry before you wreck your pantry.
Something like that.
Something.
Oh, my goodness. There's another T-shirt idea. Check your pantry before you wreck your pantry.
I tell you, what a world.
It's madness, man. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, the calendar flips to the next day.
Yeah, and then it's a whole slew of new stuff to go over and be amazed by. Jeez. Okay, did you guys see the article yesterday that there was absolutely no increase in COVID-19 from the protests? Early reports are telling them that what do you mean? We're spiking in many places where the protests were. What are you talking about? But those are not from the protests. They're from a reopening. Those areas. That's what they're from.
Oh, okay.
How is it even possible that nobody jammed together by the thousands, rioting together in many cases, nobody got COVID-19 from that? Okay. I can't.
Wow. But you've got people like Don Lemon who are saying, oh, well, better not go to Tulsa for...
the rally.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow.
What, did we have that
Check out
clip of this madness?
Check out Don Lemon.
Will the White House take responsibility if people get sick and catch the coronavirus at this rally on Saturday?
So the campaign has taken certain measures to make sure this is a safe rally, temperature checks, hand sanitizers, and masks, so we are taking precautions.
But you're not requiring people to wear masks.
They will be given a mask. It's up to them whether to make that decision. CDC guidelines are recommended but not required.
Okay.
Friendly warning to those planning to attend, or you can call it a caveat.
Oh, okay.
You're on your own.
Here we go with the. We're on our own.
The Trump campaign's not interested in protecting your health. The rally is strictly about President Trump and his need to be the center of attention before adoring fans.
Okay.
You can call it a caveat before you speak. You can call it a caveat if you'd like. Okay? You getting ready to... Oh, no, I'm feeling some Mount Pat over here about to explode.
He is part of the montage we play, and I don't know if we have that available, where they're condoning all of the rallies.
Yeah.
That they're not just fine, they're encouraged, and you should be out there fighting racism right now in these protests. But if you're supporting Donald Trump, he's evil and horrific because he's encouraging you to come to his rally, and you're on your own.
And suddenly...
a far more serious scene.
Here
Watch these images. Really just an ugly, dangerous scene at the state capitol in Michigan.
As we look at this extreme group...
These are people wanting to open the economy back up.
And those clashes really show
there was no clashes.
The chaos.
And you're out there with guns?
I don't want to call them rallies. They're not protests.
No,
these quote-unquote protests. I don't even think that that's the right word because protests are supposed to be peaceful.
I'm not embarrassed to
Pause
say that
it for a second.
Afraid.
Because protests, as they're showing the peaceful crowd in the background,
it's supposed to be peaceful.
You can't call it a protest because they're supposed to be peaceful. What violence is going on there? What?
I mean, we have that as proof of a peaceful protest, and then we have the other video that's not part of this, but I mean, just as an example of the announcer that's talking about it's a mostly peaceful protest as the buildings are burning. It's just incredible.
That's coming up.
Protests. I don't even think that that's the right word because protests are supposed to be peaceful.
I'm not embarrassed to say that I was afraid.
It's not clear what they're demanding to infect other people, demanding to make other people sick.
It's dangerous, and these people can take this home with them and hurt their families and all the rest.
I'd like to ask them if they're willing to sign away their right to treatment if and when they get infected.
Who the hell do you think you are? I don't understand what is wrong with people. Stay at home.
1 month later, here's what they now say.
I want to be clear in how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
Pause it right there. Pause it right there. It is not, generally speaking, unruly. With the city burning down in the background behind him.
Literally, in the same image.
Completely engulfed in flames. Is that building and many, many others. You see one on the right that's also burning. And then when they pull back and do that broad shot, remember this on the first couple of nights of Minneapolis? Nothing but fires and smoke in the background.
I know. Well, I mean, now it's being reported right over 1,500 stores
burned
and
down,
buildings destroyed
in one way or another.
Yeah.
Either the looting or the fires. 1,500?
Over 1,500, yeah.
All right. Let's see the rest of this.
That ain't a riot, what we're seeing right now in Minneapolis.
Excuse me, any reasonable person would say we shouldn't be destroying other people's property, but these are not reasonable times.
Right. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
The beautiful thing is we're seeing citizens who are caring and concerned. They're hitting the streets.
That is beautiful.
Heartwarming to see so many people turn out peacefully.
You know, Brooke, I think this is a march, really.
But as they're coming off,
here he goes.
It's peaceful. They're saying peaceful protest.
Across the country, it's bringing people together, community with unity.
People are risking COVID to explain to this country that we're fed up.
Oh, my goodness. So to recap, COVID-19, it's really contagious at state capitals, at Trump rallies, and at sporting events.
Not contagious at all.
No.
At a looting event.
Looting events.
Or a riot.
Or a riot or a street march.
Right.
Well, at least the last lady did say that they're risking COVID. I mean, she did step out of line.
Yeah, but it was a good thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
It was a good
thing.
For the greater good. For the greater good. And I still love that guy who told Chris Cuomo, show me where it says you have to be peaceful. It's right here in the First Amendment.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. And please.
The First Amendment. You gotta look it up.
Peaceably assemble.
I love the casual way in which he delivers that. It's so great.
Eating raw ramen?
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
nice. I like it.
Thanks for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. DMX tweets, Brother Love Pat drops a tight new line. straight off his next global hit record.
Mm-hmm.
Check your pantry before you wreck your pantry.
Yep. Word.
Thank you. Good night.
True that.
My job is done here today.
Mm-hmm.
But Stupid One tweets, I think using the names of African Americans on sneakers that we walk on should be removed from the shelves. Seems racist. Yeah. Check your white privilege sneaker companies.
Yeah.
In today's world, it does seem racist.
Yeah, Jordans, Air Jordan, Yeezys. Wow. You're walking on these people.
Yeah.
Wow. The symbolism.
You know how much money Michael Jordan has made from Nike?
From Nike? Well, since you're asking, it's probably at least $500 million, right? At least.
$1.3 billion from Nike alone. Whew, that's a good gig.
What leads you to believe that you could understand why his son was saying he turned down the $100 million deal?
Right.
It was like, he didn't. I mean, he can decide that on his own.
Yeah.
Whereas you and I may think a $100 million deal, sure. What else do I have to do?
Right. But he was smart enough to realize what he had going for himself. And Nike wasn't the big deal then.
No, they needed Michael then, right?
Yeah, big time. They needed anybody they could get because Adidas was kicking their butt. Puma, I think, was ahead of them. Converse was certainly ahead of them. But now, I mean, Nike's it. Nike's it. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets, and now with your daily condescending smugness, here's Don Lemon.
Ugh. Oh, I know.
Support Bubble Boy. It wasn't a peaceful protest at the State House in Michigan because some of the people there raised their voices.
Oh.
I'm sure it hurt Governor Whitmer's feelings.
Probably so.
That's probably true.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Well, what's her face? The Attorney General said she was scared.
Yeah, she did. She was scared. And one of them didn't even want to call it a protest. I don't know what. It was more like warfare. It was like World War III out there. Selt Girl tweets, these journalists need a dictionary. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Why would you insult journalists like that? Huh. That's kind of weird. All right. By the way, speaking of COVID-19, which we were a few minutes ago, movie sex scenes are going to be replaced in this COVID-19 world with CGI wizardry to cut the coronavirus risk.
Like anime sex scenes now?
I guess. I've heard sex dolls will be used and CGI will be used.
I'm not necessarily opposed to any of these.
There was something else. Oh, they were going to do your actual spouse was going to come in.
On soap operas, the sex dolls or your spouse could be your could be a body double.
So that you're not making out with the other actor because you don't know where they've been. All right. Weird.
Yeah, well, that's their. They're trying to find different ways to start filming and get back to work.
I think some are already filming again.
Netflix is filming in Europe. They're starting to do shows, and they're bringing the crews in and quarantining them for like 14 days before they even start shooting, and then everything is kept in house when they started shooting. I know New Zealand, and this is, Pat. This is just. I want you to curb your excitement now. Okay,
I'll try.
New Zealand, of course, we know that they've kicked COVID-19's butt, right? I mean, it's over.
They destroyed it.
Yeah. And they've allowed the crew for Avatar 2 to resume shooting.
Oh, jeez, I hate that
in
movie.
New Zealand. So, Avatar 2 hasn't even been out yet. What are you talking about?
Oh, I hate the first one. So
I love one.
No, you don't.
I do.
You love the first Avatar?
That movie. It was a great movie.
There was no reason in the world for that to be the biggest box office smash of all time.
Unobtainium?
It was terrible. That was a terrible movie.
That was a good movie.
It was the most overrated movie in the history of mankind.
Overrated, absolutely, but still, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I only got to watch it about a month ago for the first time.
Really?
The first time, yeah.
Really? Wow.
The Disney Plus, I was like, oh, there's Avatar. Guess I'll finally get around to watching that.
Another thing Disney owns.
Yeah.
All of the Avatar stuff. For some reason, they purchased that. Didn't they start a new Avatar world or something?
Yeah, because it's what you said, the top grossing movie of all time. Because Europe, they love that green stuff over there.
No, it's blue.
Blue. Well, green. I meant green. Get out of my face.
In Europe, they like people who hate the human race. In Europe, they know that the military are the bad guys.
Oh yeah, in Europe.
In
Europe, Sweden might be getting a new statue. Since we're in the process of destroying our history.
Yeah.
There was some king over there that by all accounts, was just vanilla. I mean, there was nothing to this guy. He didn't have like some racist background or was caught saying the N-word somewhere in the 1500s.
He's just a king.
He's just a king. And some former mayor there in Sweden's like, you know what? Let's replace that statue with one of Greta Thunberg. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right?
You serious?
No
Greta Thunberg deserves a... Well, there, you can use that pose right there. That pose of her
That's a good
in her
one.
statue. That'd be great.
That's a good
The
one.
madness rolls on. But boy,
Wow.
she is. If anyone's ever deserving of their own statue in a town square,
It's Greta.
Yes.
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
17-year-old Greta. Oh, there's another possible pose.
with the
I'm kind of
raincoat.
ashamed that we didn't think of this. You know, we had to wait for this obscure mayor in Sweden to come up with this idea.
You know what we should do is in our Blaze Radio Autonomous Zone, we'll be the ones to first erect a statue of Greta Thunberg.
Love it.
We'll be the ones.
Why don't you work on that?
Yeah.
Can you sculpt it, Jeffy?
Let's see if we can do that.
Oh, sure.
Let's get that done.
Sure.
You got
Let's
some
get that
spare
done.
bronze laying around your house, right? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, if there's anybody with sculpting ability, it's Jeffy.
Thank you.
Look how sculpted his own body is.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it takes a lot of work to get
You
this.
feel me, dog? My real ones? Are my real ones feeling me?
Yeah. He's not just fashion. He is art.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And a physical specimen, frankly.
Right, of something.
Am I right? Am I right?
A specimen of something.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know why.
You're right. I needn't even ask the
There's
question.
a lot of specimen in that chair
I
right
don't
now.
know why you're bringing it up. It shows.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, so a Swedish politician calling for Greta Thunberg's likeness to replace a King Charles VII statue. And there's going to be a lot of support.
Right.
And there will be.
I read through the dude's Wikipedia page. I read through that article. You would think they would lead with King, what was his name? Charles the
Seventh.
Seventh? Yeah.
Seventh. 12th. I'm sorry.
Okay,
King Charles
the
the 12th.
was most famous for killing all black people on sight. Nothing. There's nothing in there about this guy being...
But there's no way he can oppose it, though.
But he was white. See?
He won't be able to oppose it, or
true.
that's what they'll be against him for.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't speak up soon enough.
Yeah. Stand up for yourself, King.
Okay. Also, now, the world only had 12 years a while ago, right? There was 12 years to get the climate change thing under control. Then it's only 10. Now we're hearing
what?
The world has 6 months to avert climate crisis.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 6 months.
6 months? Well, then forget the Greta statue. We don't have time for that.
Is this Mayan math again? Or?
Oh, yeah, the world's supposed to end this week.
Wow.
We're about out of time here, Mayans.
The world has only 6 months in which to change the course of the climate crisis and prevent a post-lockdown rebound in greenhouse gas emissions that would overwhelm efforts to stave off climate catastrophe, according to one of the world's foremost energy experts. This year is the last time we have if we're not to see a carbon rebound.
Don't turn it around.
That's what Fatih Birol, executive director of the International Energy Agency, had to say.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're down to 6 months. Now that's something we can keep track of though and say, hey,
so that's good.
Remember when Fatih Birol said we had 6 months?
That's the second time you said his name like you didn't know who he was.
So
no, I know exactly. I mean,
hold on.
I'm just pretending.
Oh, okay.
So in 6 months, does this mean
I don't want to sound superior to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Once it's too late, at the end of 6 months, are they going to just now leave us alone? Look, the 6 months is up. It's too late, so now just shut up about it. Because there's nothing we can do now.
Right.
So go away.
Well, we won't have to say that because we'll all be dead.
Okay.
Through whatever means. I don't know if that's cyclones, tornadoes, hurricanes. It could be a combination of all of that.
Something's going to do us in.
Volcanoes.
Yeah.
Earthquakes. I mean, we'll just all be dead and we won't be able to say, see, we should have listened.
Should have listened.
Yeah.
Should have listened.
Right. That's really sad. Meanwhile, let me take 60 seconds while we still have the time and tell you about Rough Greens. Rough Greens VitaSmart. Now, you don't have to wait 6 months to see results from Rough Greens VitaSmart. 14 days should be sufficient. What is it? It's a really good dog food supplement that puts into your dog's food all the nutrients that your dog needs to be really happy and healthy and active. It's just a powder you sprinkle onto the food, you mix it in, and they gobble their food up. They love it. It'll be gobbled down in a matter of moments.
Hey, look, everybody wins this time.
Yeah. And then sometimes they'll gobble it sideways. Wow. Yeah. And that's how much they love it. They don't care which direction. They just want it in their bellies. That's all. Plus, it has the vitamins, the minerals, the digestive enzymes they need for really good digestion. The omega oils, the antioxidants, the probiotics. It's all there. So take the Rough Greens 14-day Jumpstart Challenge today. It's just $14.95. And you will see a difference in your dog within 2 weeks. If you want your dog to thrive again, go to roughgreens.com/blaze. That's RUFF greens.com/blaze.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is kind of cool. Apparently, NBC had an area where you can confess your climate sins, just, to expunge. The first part of being forgiven is to go and ask for it.
Yeah.
You got to ask for forgiveness. So confess your sins, admit them to someone, and then, just don't go and sin no more, really, as Jesus said. Go and sin no more.
Yeah, the NBC News website had this area set up.
That's great.
Where you could submit your climate confessions. So
that is beautiful.
Oh, nice.
So here are some of the confessions that really moved us. I mean, seriously moved us. From one of the NBC confessors, I love iced coffee. I need it daily. On very rare occasions, do I remember to bring my own cup? I need to do better.
Oh, you sure do. What a loser.
I still eat red meat.
This is a genocidal maniac.
I have one.
Yeah, right. Oh, you got one?
I still eat red meat. I've been trying to like beans for 10 years.
Wow.
Wow,
despicable.
You better learn a taste. I still use too many paper towels, even though I have cleaning rags.
Unbelievable.
I hate myself.
Here's a person who says, I have a really hard time tolerating heat. I put in central air about 3 years ago.
Wow.
I set it at 72.
No.
The electric company suggests 78.
You 6 degrees of selfishness.
Bastard.
Wow.
6 degrees of selfishness describes that person perfectly. 78 degrees.
No way.
Never.
That would
no
be
time
so
of day.
miserable.
Why do you even have air conditioning?
Yeah, right.
At 78, why have air
Seriously.
conditioning?
How far is it going to get up? I don't know, 96? 100? So what? You're just a few degrees away from that at 78. I mean, when our air conditioning broke down upstairs this summer, and so for several days we're without air up there. And it would get...
This AC story is sadder with this music underneath, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Right?
Well.
And
it broke?
It would get to 78.
Oh.
And it felt like 178.
Yeah, I know.
There is no way 78 is a decent temperature.
Listen, my friend, I am well aware of living in a home without air conditioning upstairs.
Oh, that's probably true.
It's been a year. It's been 1 year, an anniversary this week of 1 year.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Really?
Of the tornado
Of
hitting
the Fisher
my home.
tornado?
Yes.
That's great.
And I lived for several months
Yeah.
without air conditioning.
That's true.
Upstairs.
I remember that. That had to hurt.
Good news about that is the air conditioning downstairs was set at -50 just to cool the entire home.
That is the one thing.
Yep.
I don't care if it's killing every living being on this planet. Okay, I'm going to have air conditioning. I've always told my wife, because she complains about how expensive it is. I don't care if it's $1,000 a month. I don't care if it's $10,000 a month. We're gonna be comfortable in this house.
We are not cavemen.
You're right. That's right. But some more climate confessions.
Okay.
I travel to conferences flying. I think about the emissions, try to justify it with the plane is going there anyway.
You bastard.
I am writing my confession on a cell phone made of plastic.
Oh, no.
I know.
Well, I got to tell you guys something. I am a vegetarian, but I do aspire to being a true lacto-ovo-pescatarian.
What?
There's something I've never heard
A
of.
lacto-ovo-pescatarian.
Call me that again and we're fighting.
Yes.
Tell you that.
These people are sick, man.
Here's a couple of confessions. I'm often too lazy to rinse out recyclables, so I toss them in the regular trash.
Oh, no.
You evil
bastard.
Well,
also, let's get real. Most restaurants give massive portions to charge more at very little cost to them. It promotes obesity or waste. And they go there anyway.
Well, you know what?
They go to these restaurants anyway.
Yeah.
I'd like to say thank you, but I have a confession, too.
Oh, no, you got one?
I still use plastic bags.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah? Well, I love Ziploc baggies so much. Yes, that's how many O's were in that confession.
That's it? I love plastic baggies?
So much.
Wow. Wow, what a horrible person you are.
Horrible.
They don't even say if they use them, they just love them. Oh boy, here's a tough tale.
Oh no.
I claimed that I'm vegan, but secretly still eating chicken.
No.
And I feel terrible. Well, you should.
Oh,
You're a bad
my
person.
gosh.
I'm not your judge. I'm just saying.
I-
You're going to burn in the fires of hell.
I wish I had the courage to protest so the USA adopts China's strict laws on plastic waste in the oceans. Make China our model.
Not to mention the one-child law. How about that one? Huh? Why aren't we doing that?
Yes.
There's more we can do. Let's do it.
There's always more we can do, and we have, 6 months to do it?
Right.
Yeah.
We better get on the stick here. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Week went by so fast. Wow. But, time does fly when you're having such a great time, doesn't it?
Watching the world
What a
burn.
great time we've had this week.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're going out on top here because the Mayans said, it's actually the world's going to end this week.
Or
we don't
next
know what
week.
day.
We don't know.
I think it was this week or next, right?
Oh, is it or next?
I think
Oh, we might have another week?
I think officially it was this week or next.
Or next. Okay. All right. Let's see. Got some tweets here from Occam's Electric Razor. Please choose the scowling face she's making as she says, this is for the statue of Greta. Choose the scowling face she's making as she says, how dare you, as the model for the statue. Yeah, because
How dare you?
that was a good look. To her, I guess that was the speech to the UN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gender McGenderface tweets, if we're all going to die in 6 months, can we just end all taxes so we can enjoy the full fruits of our labor in the last few moments we have left? If only. If only. Michelle Marie, in a message to Amy What's-Her-Face with that great video. Awesome video. I can't believe I started my day laughing so hard. It was what I needed. Going to check my pantry for racist food items right now.
There you go. By the way, we have tweeted that out at Pat Unleashed on Twitter if you want to see that video from Amy What's-Her-Face.
From Truth Matters. I was at Walmart and Target yesterday, walking down the aisles, and something stood out to me. Maybe I'm the first to notice what segregationists these stores are. Putting black hair products all together in one small section. Plus, somebody was making a deal last week out of the fact that they were all locked up.
In some of their locations.
Yeah.
Some of the products for the African American hair care and body products
was white.
were locked up.
Was locked. And the white products, I guess stereotypically white products, I don't
yes.
But they were not.
Correct. And they asked the one lady, the story talked about how the lady asked the employee why they were locked up, and the employee was like, the first employee said, I don't know, we just lock them up. And so she got the manager, and the manager was like, because those products are stolen more? And they couldn't produce actual documentation that those products were stolen more. So Walmart said, hey, we're not going to lock them up anymore.
Well, okay.
So
good for them. There you go. We're changing everything right now. We're changing everything. From Blaze Addict 2, I thought Greta had gone away. Thanks for ruining my Friday, Keith.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's King. What's his face? The 12th.
Yeah, if he wasn't so
His people.
If he didn't suck so much, we wouldn't have to worry about replacing his statue
With Greta.
with Greta.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. Also, how about the great... I mean, this has been such a great week. How about the great rulings from the U.S. Supreme Court?
Yay!
That is a court... again, yesterday they ruled on a DACA issue that it's...
What, that right-wing court rule?
A right-wing court. They're so right-wing.
It's
This Supreme
crazy,
Court,
right?
it's like Barry Goldwater is all 9 justices. And like the only alternate is Ronald Reagan. That's how conservative this Supreme Court is. Oh, so conservative.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you got it.
Have they made a single conservative ruling? I don't know that they have.
I don't know that they have, actually. I mean, maybe they have.
Neil Gorsuch has not worked out well so far.
So both of Trump's picks were not on that original list of judges that
Gorsuch
people,
and Kavanaugh.
Yeah, that people signed off on to say, look at this list of conservative judges that Trump's going to be picking from. You just have to elect him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it didn't, but...
So there's that.
There's that. So they had the ruling on the LGBTQIA2+ people this week, too, where even if you're a religious institution, you can't fire them based on that. So you can no longer have people that share your values and your faith and your belief structure who work for you as a church.
What happened to freedom of association? I don't understand.
Yeah, it used to be we reserve the right to refuse service to anybody.
That's long
Boy, that's
gone.
long gone.
Long gone.
You can't reserve that right anymore. And it was a 6-3 majority, too, on the LGBTQIA2+ ruling. So you got that. And then the article goes through how conservatives, how Republicans have been burned over the years. Reagan and George H.W. Bush ran as, of course, anti-abortion Republicans. They appointed, between them, 5 justices to the Supreme Court. 3 of them, though, turned out to be renegades, like Sandra Day O'Connor, Anthony Kennedy, and David Souter. Okay. All righty.
So who are the conservatives we got out of that bunch? We got Clarence
All
Thomas.
of them? Oh.
Clarence Thomas, right.
And
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas and
Then there's the guy Clarence Thomas.
Scalia.
Clarence Thomas.
Scalia, right?
Yeah, Scalia, but that came... Who appointed Scalia? It was...
I thought that was Reagan, no? Am I wrong?
No, I think he's... Oh, yeah, Antonin Scalia was Reagan. Yeah, he was a Reagan appointee. So we got those 2.
I keep thinking of...
John Roberts, the Supreme Court justice that Bush appointed, has turned out badly. Gorsuch is turning up badly. I mean, it's too early, but he's made some crappy rulings already. So it looks like he's headed down that road.
He's been having lunch with Roberts too often.
Something's going on. I don't know why it happens that way as opposed to the other way every single time. I think we mentioned Kagan has been a surprise once or twice.
Yeah, every now and then.
Once or twice. So Kagan hasn't always been super, super extremist progressive. She's made some decent rulings with a few conservatives.
And remember, Anthony Kennedy is there because of Robert Bork being defeated.
Geez.
Now, Kennedy wanted desperately to overturn Obamacare. But John Roberts.
John Roberts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare, and he's going to be there forever.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, he is.
It's his court.
Also, we've got another infrastructure bill pending.
Look, it's only a couple of bucks.
Yeah, it's $1.5 trillion. So what?
Couple of bucks.
$1 trillion here, $1 trillion there. Used to add up to real money, but that's not really the case anymore. It's not a quadrillion yet. Come back to me and get back to me when it's a quadrillion.
Don't we need new roads and bridges?
Yes.
And
they're all crumbling, yeah.
About a quarter of that's going to be set aside for 21st century information highways, rural broadband, and 5G wireless networks.
Now, see, I want 5G wireless to happen. I want that. But I don't think that we need to pay for that through the government, through our taxpayer dollars.
Oh, so you don't want schools learning or people
right, exactly.
as privileged as you?
Yes,
I see how it is.
Exactly right. Yeah.
By the way, real quick, just on the DACA thing, there's actually talk of how this could actually help Trump in the election going forward, especially some of these battleground states where during this COVID-19 aftermath of the economy being destroyed right beneath our feet, that this anti-immigration wave is starting to develop as far as, hey, we need the jobs, not the immigrants. And so there's thought that he may be able to play on this, but he also needs to be careful because it's obvious that the reason this thing got crushed is because of his justices.
Right.
So, but it's an executive order situation. It was a whole procedural thing. He could just issue another executive order today if he would like, and just overturn it again.
Yeah, and they didn't rule that you can't eliminate DACA because he can, but they just ruled on another part of it.
Right,
and they
like
keep
it wasn't
making these
done right or whatever.
Yes, they keep ruling on these procedural issues rather than the issue itself. And I wish they would take care of the issue itself.
Right. Quit dancing around it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. Yeah. They dance around things.
And I'm sorry I derailed you on the infrastructure thing. So what are we getting out of this?
Well, no, I was just saying that our president, Donald Trump, tweeted about 20 or 21 tweets last night.
About infrastructure?
About infrastructure.
Oh, come on.
All in a row, reminding people great things coming to Arkansas, 40 million. Minnesota's getting 40 million.
All right.
Designated 38.1 to Maine. 55.15 to, what is that, the mountain in Kentucky, the Mountain Parkway. 60.7 to Colorado. Delaware's getting 56.8. That's for a new redesigned interchange of I-95 and SR 896.
Sure.
So how many times you been saying that's been a problem?
I'm waiting for the tweet that mentions all the roads in Fort Worth, Texas.
Floridians are going to get 10 million, but that's just one area of the I-4 area in Florida for 10 million. Mississippi gets 71.5 million. Wow, for a bypass. 50 million goes to Nevada. 25 million, North Carolina.
Fort Worth.
Rhode Island, 65 set aside for Rhode Island on the 246 corridor.
$65?
How many times have you driven the 246 corridor?
Countless times.
How big's Rhode
Port
Island?
of Houston in Texas, 79.5 million.
Just for the Port of Houston?
Just for the port. Puget Sound, 73.7 million.
Good.
Port of Tampa in Florida, 19.9 million.
Great, because none of them have roads or bridges, right? These are
they do
where
not.
they've all crumbled. They've all crumbled.
Tulsa Port, 6.2 million.
Wait, hold on. Tulsa has a port?
Yeah, and apparently that's still
Tulsa,
in pretty good
Oklahoma?
shape. It just says at Tulsa Port, 6.2 million.
The Tulsa Port. Look at there.
South Carolina, 34.6 million headed your way. Great things headed to Tennessee, 11.2 million.
Worth.
West Virginia, 12 million. Wisconsin, 6.8 million.
So far, this is not adding up to 1.5 trillion.
Louisiana, well, some are being set aside for 5G, my friend. Don't forget about that. Louisiana, 135 million. Wow.
22 tweets. Any of them?
135 million in Louisiana for an elevated highway.
That'll be fun.
Michigan, 25 million. That's it. That's the 21 tweet.
All right.
What? No, wait. You skipped the Fort Worth tweet.
Yeah, no, I must have missed it or it got deleted.
Yeah, that money went to the Port of Houston. Apparently.
Yes, it did.
So
Tulsa Port.
I the infrastructure thing. I'm sorry, I've never understood that.
He's trying to jumpstart the economy, right? He wants it back.
Yeah, but
I get what they're doing.
How many times are we going to hear about the crumbling infrastructure we need to fix, and how much money do we devote to it? And then the next year, budgets are being talked about. They're talking about infrastructure again.
There's only 21 tweets here, Pat. There's more states.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. There's 56, 57 states or something like that. So
right. Well, I think there's 60 because he hadn't been to.
Okay.
He wasn't going to go to one of them, and then he had 2 more to visit. So that's 60 altogether. So
there's still plenty more tweets to come, and millions to be spent.
Yeah.
It's only $1 trillion.
1.5 trillion. Actually.
Like I said, it's only $1 trillion. Who's counting?
Yeah, I think the last.
No one is counting, my friend. No one.
The last federal budget that Bush was a part of, I think it was $2.1 trillion, was the entirety of the federal budget. Just 15 years ago?
Mm-hmm. You know what it is so far this year?
How long ago?
So far this year, it's $10 trillion.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wait,
but again, nobody cares, right?
What was it again?
10 trillion. 10 trillion with all the spending we've done lately.
And what's our complete and total deficit up to? We're up to 26 US debt
trillion, I think.
26.
And counting fast. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever.
Shut up.
Whatever. Nobody cares about it anymore.
26 is not that big of a number.
No, it's not.
If you think about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, it has like 1,000 zeros after it.
But those are zeros. I mean, zeros
that means nothing.
Zeros are zero.
Thank you.
So it's 26. We're in hell.
I know. It's just crazy. You know, if even some economists are starting to wake up to this and warn about it and say, hey, you know what? The dollar is going to collapse because you're printing too much money. Nah, don't worry about it.
It's just going to they're just going to reset it to zero. Everything's just going to go to zero.
It's working right
done.
now. The stock market likes it. We're just going to keep doing it.
Right.
Okay. Well, good luck. Let me tell you about Omega XL. Because this is good news. This is something that goes to the heart of your inflammation, whether it's in your elbows or knees or whatever joint. Inflammation can cause a lot of pain. And the pain relievers that you can get over the counter or even from your doctor, they just mask the problem. They don't treat it. But Omega XL, it's not a drug. It's all natural. It's a powerful natural supplement that helps reduce pain because it goes right to the inflammation and calms that down. And, of course, staying healthy is on everybody's mind. Here's another great reason to take Omega XL. Research shows Omega XL can help promote a healthy immune response in your body as well. So that means it can help your natural immune system protect you from viruses. And we've got a special offer to get you started. If you order a bottle now, you'll get your second bottle free. For more information, visit omegaxl.com/Pat or call 800-844-4888 or omegaxl.com/Pat.
This is.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Oh, no. That's just to make you feel better.
Thank you.
Friday, where it's been a really tough week, and then so you remember the good times when Al Roker told us
you pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
He pooped his pants.
It sounds like trouser toxin.
I've got a question. Do bees poop? Do bees poop? Have we looked into that?
They do. They actually do. I just looked it up.
Okay.
I just looked it up.
Very good.
I don't know why we have our cattle and we're driving to the town. No, I don't know why.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. We don't know why we have cattle and we're driving them to town. I guess for slaughter, maybe? I don't know.
Well, that's why you drive cattle to town.
Yes, it is.
And just for the audience that listens to the podcast or receives this show through other means, that is just a commercial for Glenn's show.
That plays every day, and we love it. From Hallie Graham, we got this tweet. My climate confession. My energy company sent an email saying I should keep my AC in Texas at 76 while I work from home. I keep it at 68.
Good for you, Haley. Nice job.
Thank you. I mean, come on. 76, 78. There's no way that's a comfortable temperature.
It is not.
You can stick it. If you want to keep your place at 78, good for you. Go do it. Go do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't care.
That's
where
the great
you
thing
keep your
about
thermostat.
America.
Right.
You know what? If I can afford to keep my
business.
electric, my air conditioning down at 68,
yes,
then let me.
Right.
I'm providing jobs for people. Am I not?
Yes.
That will change soon.
Yes, it will.
That will change soon.
Already with
Smart
Nest.
meters, man.
Nest
Smart
just
meters.
decides sometimes. I wish my wife would have never have installed these. Because Nest will just decide, you've been too comfortable for too long. I'm kicking it back up to 75. Wait, what?
Okay, hold on.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
Okay, now's the time to go to the hardware store.
Yes, and replace the Nest.
Well, either replace it or at least get the really old school, just the cheapo, whatever.
It's not going to matter, though,
Keep
because the
them on
power
standby.
companies are installing their own systems
Right.
anyway.
So I can't help you at the box because we all have smart meters now.
Yep.
But at least you could maybe head them off at the thermostat.
Yeah.
Or keep them in a drawer somewhere
Yeah.
for when Google decides they want to make you sweat it out.
Plus, remember, we found out Nest can hear you and record things. Remember that story?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Google happened to put in a little, listening device in there just in case that you needed it ever.
Stop it. If you're not doing anything wrong,
Yeah,
don't
right.
worry about
Right.
it.
I don't care what they're doing. I don't care if they're listening to me. I don't
So
care if
what?
they're watching.
In fact, I want my phone to listen to me because it sends me ads for merchandise I might want.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm about ready
Exactly.
just to buy some property and build a Faraday cage and live in it.
Right?
At this point.
Keith, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
I hate you.
Caffeinated Texan tweets, I'd like to confess from my lack of climate consciousness, but I have to set up an air conditioner on my patio. Gonna be grilling today.
Now that's Texas, man. I don't know where they live, but that's a good
awesome.
idea.
And if you can afford it,
Yeah.
Good
do
for
it.
you.
Do it.
I don't
Crank
care.
that bad boy out.
Right. That's right. From Lone Wolf, if the king didn't suck so much, I think you mean if he wasn't so woke.
Oh.
Oh, wait, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, that's another word that we need to drop out of our lexicon.
Woke. Yeah, I hate it. News Junkie tweets, Walmart couldn't produce evidence of black hair care products being stolen more because they were locked up. Alrighty.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants. I did, yeah. So, what are you going to do about it? That shows how brave Al Roker is.
Thank you.
That shows his
Thank
courage.
you.
That shows his tenacity. That shows his integrity.
He went through life-saving surgery.
Shows his lack of bowel control.
And you have to be careful what you eat after that surgery. And when you don't,
That's
what
apparently
happens?
quite true. Well, what happens is
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
you poop your pants.
And you just take the underwear off and leave them in the trash in the bathroom.
In
Right.
the White House.
At the White House.
At the White House.
Don't worry about it. Somebody will take care of it.
Right?
All right, we got to share with you something that really kind of disappointed me. What's his face? Is it Dan Cathy,
Yeah.
or CEO at Chick-fil-A?
Or Chick-fil-A.
I don't understand this. I guess I do. Everybody's caving in right now, and we're all guilty all of a sudden. Whites are guilty even if you've never been racist a day in your life. Even if you don't have a racist bone in your body, you're still guilty. And that seems to be what he's saying here.
Yes.
And check this out.
Some of our closing moments here, but a story that was shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival on the front seat was an older African American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
That he took
Pause it for a
a
second.
shoe
I mean,
brush.
obviously, you don't have to say. I mean, obviously, Texas and racism go hand in hand, do they not?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it goes without saying.
Thank you.
You're in a small town in Texas. That racism is running rampant.
Yes.
Why the
Thank you.
redundancy there?
Racist racism running rampant. Maybe that should be another T-shirt. Anyway, here's more from the CEO of Chick-fil-A.
In Texas, that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes. And tears began to flow.
What does he have in his
in
hand?
that service? It was an attitude of conviction.
Yeah.
So I invite folks to put some words to action here.
Do you?
And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes.
No, we don't need to
Whether
do that.
they got tennis shoes on or
Dan.
not, maybe they got sandals on.
Wait.
It really doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
But there's a time in which we need to have, some.
You got to
some
kneel
personal
before a black man
action
and
here. Maybe
shine
they
their
need to
shoes.
give him a hug too.
They'll give him a hug.
Oh, look at him.
That's some stock in Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, give him some of that, huh?
But
You're
I
gonna
bought about
address that?
1,500 of these, and I gave to all our Chick-fil-A operators and staff a number of
you're an
years ago.
idiot.
Okay.
And
Couple years ago.
so
Moron.
any expressions of a contrite heart, of a sense of humility, a sense of shame, a sense of embarrassment,
Why do I have to
beget with an
Okay, I get
apologetic
it.
We didn't
I
do
get it.
anything.
Was he a slave owner?
Yeah. Have you
What?
treated blacks poorly? Because I haven't. I don't even care who's white, who's black around me. I don't care.
Exactly. Wait.
That is unreal. If you've done something wrong, then yes, be contrite and
Absolutely.
and ask for forgiveness. But if you haven't been part of it, There is no need for you to be shamed and embarrassed.
I'm not apologizing for something I didn't
do it.
Exactly. And I think there's a larger point here that Jeffy can make about those 1,500 polishing brushes.
He said he bought those a few years ago.
For all the operators at the store, at the restaurants.
I've eaten at a number of Chick-fil-A. I know this is going to come as a surprise. I've eaten at a number of them, and I've never
have you ever had
seen those brushes used.
Have you had them shine? Huh?
I've never seen those brushes used.
Despicable. That's unreal.
Pat Gray.
Got some tweets in Pat Unleashed. Anti-masker tweets, "You're forgetting Sam Alito. He's almost as solid as Clarence Thomas is just. He's been great." And he was
Bush, right?
Bush, right?
Yeah.
COVID Bulletin 23. How soon before the Washington Redskins are forced to change both of their names? Washington because he was a white racist slave owner, and Redskins because of the racist name to Native Americans. Yes, they'll have to be the DC.
Really?
Who knows what? American giblets. Remember when the Washington Bullets were a thing in the NBA? And they made them change the name because bullets was associated with, I guess, the shootings of black people in Washington, D.C., and so they changed the name.
By the way, before we give credit to George W. Bush for Sam Alito, which, yes, he deserves it, but remember, he was a replacement for Harriet Miers.
Yeah, who was terrible. And that was one of the huge mistakes of the Bush. There were many, but that was one of them.
We got lucky there, man.
American Giblets tweets, "What is the national budget again? 4 trillion billion 400 million billion 700 million." You know the thing.
Folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1,600 billion worth. $1,400 billion worth.
Okay, 400.
Out of $1,400 million.
Bajillion.
That's going to be $1,400
billion.
It's hard to even say it. It's so much. By the way, it costs a lot of money. It costs about $740 billion over 10 years.
Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion dollars.
1.4 trillion.
That's good. That's really good.
It's priceless. That guy, that's a guy that might be the president. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, by the way, on Drudge Report again today, there's a shock poll. Another shock poll.
Shock poll.
He's up by 12 in the Fox News poll. Biden is. 12 in Fox News' poll. But again, nobody's paying attention to that. That could easily change, and it can quickly change.
Must we make that analogy again? That historic
yes, go
reference
ahead.
point, 1988. July 21st, 1988, Dukakis led Bush 55-38.
Some might recognize that as 17 points.
Then Bush won by 8.
8, so that's a 25-point swing. So anything can happen between now and then.
And there was no major news item that I recall
No.
between July and November, right?
No, I think that's correct, yeah. So put that in your pipe, okay?
Yeah.
Smoke it.
Smoke it, yo.
Exactly.
And there's got to be a debate somewhere, at least one, right? Even though probably, the Biden's camp certainly doesn't want it.
I don't know if either camp wants it.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, the Biden camp shouldn't want it, but they're always letting him sound off somewhere. I would be keeping him completely under wraps right now.
And I think, they tried. They put him in his basement.
Well, yeah, I think they try as much as they can, right? So you just try to get him the script, and he can't even do that right most of the time.
I know. Oh, jeez. All right, Bruce Springsteen, who's wonderful. He's fantastic. Do you actually?
Oh, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Pat.
Yeah. He ripped President Trump for not wearing his mask.
Shut up.
And for the shamed response to the coronavirus pandemic.
Okay.
He's pissed off right now. Now I had another show prepared for broadcast this week on this strange and eventful summer, but with 100,000 plus Americans dying over the last few months and the empty, shamed response from our leaders, I've been simply pissed off. It's a national disgrace. Bruce, what really is a national disgrace is your hideous freaking music. To even call it music is quite a stretch.
You're talking about the boss.
Yeah, I'm talking about the boss.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what he's the boss of. I don't know where that came from. I can't stand him nor his music. Yeah. I'm so tired of hearing from these people. Please just shut up.
That'd be nice.
Speaking of which,
that
goes double for Dr. Fauci, who says
football.
After the NCAA just gave us really good news, that they can start the preseason workouts in July for NCAA football teams. Then Fauci comes out and says, yeah, there may not be a football season this year. May not be able to play football. Because when you crash into each other, you could be wiping COVID-19 all over each other. Yeah, shut up.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
That's what he'll be telling us next, that he pooped in his pants.
Wiping what all over each other?
So Fauci's probably going to poop his pants pretty soon. Yeah. But here's what I want to say to Dr. Fauci right now. Shut up, Fauci! Fauci, shut up! Yeah. Shut up, Fauci! Fauci, shut up!
Yeah. Heading into an all-request weekend.
I'm so tired of him. I mean, tell us the medical stuff, and then keep quiet about the rest of it.
Stop pontificating. That's Cardinal Joe Tobin's.
Thank you.
Right.
That's his territory, you know?
Right?
By what authority did you nullify the Bill of Rights?
I called up Cardinal Tobin, Cardinal Joe Tobin in Newark.
The only person who could actually shut down the football season.
Stay in your lane, Doc.
Cardinal Joe Tobin. All right.
Can't.
Maybe we just escape the planet sometime soon. We're finding more and more evidence all the time about the fact that there might be other life out there somewhere.
A welcoming party for us, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we just swap planets at some point.
Cool.
There's a mysterious pattern of cosmic radio bursts from a distant galaxy that repeats every 157 days.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That seems like it has to be something, right?
That is cool.
Because how else is it doing it on a regular
Maybe it's just a prompt
pattern like that?
It's a prompt star, who likes to keep a schedule.
Do we know that it even exists still, though?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how far away it is.
It's a long way.
So yeah,
it's a distant galaxy. So I mean,
that galaxy could be destroyed already.
You're probably talking millions of light years.
Thanks for ruining the story, Jeffy. We had hope for a second there was somebody out there waiting for us.
But one of the great mysteries of modern astronomy has been revealed. 5 years long observation found a repeating pattern in a radio signal coming from a small dwarf galaxy. About 3 billion light years from Earth.
And that radio pattern could be help. We're being destroyed. They're already done.
It comes in the wake of another landmark study into fast radio bursts, FRBs, one of the hottest topics in astronomy. Very short but bright radio pulses. FRBs were detected for the first time in 2007. These massively energetic flares of radiation in the radio spectrum last for just a few milliseconds. Mostly they just happen once. But this has a repeating pattern.
I love it.
So that shows some cool promise right there.
Help.
Now, a massive radio telescope in the UK, the just reopened Jodrell Bank Observatory in Cheshire.
I love that place.
Has revealed exactly what's going on with FRB 121102. Man, they are creative with the names here, aren't they? Just catchy.
Well, that's coming from the new place.
Yeah. By detecting a further 32 bursts over the last 5 years, that appear to repeat in a pattern. The team discovered that each radio burst lasted approximately 90 days, followed by a silent period of 67 days. The same behavior then repeats every 157 days. That is really something.
I like it.
Right? That is cool. So astronomers think that the pattern they observe suggests that these powerful bursts are linked to the orbital motion of a massive star, which is so what? A neutron star, a black hole,
or an AM radio station. Cool. I like how that story ended.
Or an AM radio station.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go.
That is run by a bunch of really cool aliens trying to get in touch with us.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we can get up there and go, man, haven't y'all discovered FM radio yet? So let's get on that.
Doesn't have that scratchy sound. You should try it.
Or there's HD radio. I mean, you guys, what?
You're way behind the times.
What a dumb civilization you are.
You're not even worth talking to.
Right, we had hope you were going to come save us, and you haven't even found stereo sound yet. Man.
They've also found recently that there could be 36 communicating intelligent civilizations in our galaxy.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We've proven our ability to host life in the universe, but there's apparently, they think, a minimum of 36 active communicating intelligent civilizations in our Milky Way. Due to time and distance, we may never actually know if they exist or ever existed. And they're just speculating. There's really no evidence that.
So if they
can't
are
get there from here,
right? If they're broadcasting, like Jeffy said, it could have been transmitted so long ago that we missed the all request lunch hour. So it's pointless to try to reach out to them now, huh?
Yes. Man. Yeah.
But we're still going to try. It is pointless, but let's go ahead and do it.
I mean, if you can't hear the all request lunch hour, you might as well not even bother.
Why are you tuning in?
All right. All right. Unless you're waiting for 7 o'clock tonight to get the lead out. Tonight it's Led Zeppelin for a full hour, as it is with every night. We're going to get the lead out 7 to 8 o'clock tonight.
Plenty of free prizes to give away too.
Mark McKay taking you all the way up to the bewitching hour of midnight tonight. 888-900-3393.
Wait! You can't be doing a DJ voice and not give me the pots and pans line.
The pots and pans line.
Yeah, put away those pots and pans. I'm doing the cooking tonight, something like that. That's your line.
That's not my line.
That is totally your line.
I don't think I've ever uttered that line.
Oh my gosh! And all the time I've known you, put away those pots and pans. Someone else is doing the cooking tonight.
I don't think I've ever uttered that line.
I like it though.
I like it.
I like it.
It's good. It works, but
I'm finding an old tape from Houston of you doing that.
Find it.
I mean, I'm fond of the. We'll take the third caller. For an Arby's and Jamocha shake.
Oh, the third caller? All right.
I'm fond of that. Yeah, Well, let's do that.
All right.
But put away the pots and pans.
Someone else is doing the cooking.
I have never said those words.
Oh, I'm finding that tape.
Even when I was doing music radio, I never said those words.
Okay.
Also, we found a weird green glow spotted in the atmosphere of Mars.
I pooped my pants. Oh, sorry. No, that's not it.
No, it's not it. That's not what it is. European Space Agency's Trace Gas Orbiter, the TGO.
Again.
Yes. Yeah, the TGO.
Spotted an emerald glow in Mars' wispy atmosphere, making the first time the phenomenon has been spotted on a world beyond Earth. One of the brightest emissions seen on Earth stems from night glow, more specifically from oxygen atoms emitting a particular wavelength. Apparently that's now happening on Mars as well.
Wow, that was a cool picture, too.
That was a cool picture.
Wow, put that back
Let me
up.
see
Look at
that. I want to see that. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, Elon, get us there, bro.
Right?
He wants to.
I know.
I mean, he's still sticking to his original goal, which he made, 5 or 10 years ago, where he said he wants the first flight to Mars in 2022 and the first manned flight in 2024. Now, nobody was going to hold him to that because we just barely got his rocket up to the space station, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm on board. Let's go. I mean, this planet has proven in the last 3 months that we need a plan B.
Yeah. So. I hope he can do it. 888-900-3393. Let's go to Kevin in Colorado. Hey, Kevin, you're on the Blaze.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Pat and Jeffy and Keith. How are y'all this morning?
We're
fine.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Are you really concerned, or are you just making small talk?
No, I'm highly concerned.
Highly concerned.
Hey,
Okay, good.
Nice. What a nice guy.
Feeling that.
I recently, yesterday as a matter of fact, got the truly scrumptious cookies.
Oh, wow. Good. Yeah.
And they are outstanding. I rate them, and my wife, Deborah, rates them as an 18.
Nice.
Say it the right way, though, Kevin. Say it the right way. 18!
You're going to rate him.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got a quick question for Jeffy. Has Jeffy tried them yet?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
So, Jeffy, you know what they go well with, don't you?
I do. I absolutely do.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Milk!
Thanks, Kevin.
This guy's
he got it
That's
in.
good. Yes, he did.
Got it
That's
in.
good.
I wanted to cut him off before he did, but he's
What?
And he's correct. Oh, man, those caramel ones with ice cold milk. Oh.
Seriously, the peanut butter ones are the best ever.
You like the peanut butter and chocolate thing? Yeah, those are good. Those are really good. They're all good, if I might say so. You can find out for yourself by going to scrumptiouscookie.com. Leave off the last S for savings.
Oh,
for scrumptious.
Put away the pots and pans. I'm doing the cooking tonight.
I can't wait to find that audio.
All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So we actually heard from the cop who's just been charged in the Rayshard Brooks
This is the other
death.
one, I think. This is the one, the partner who was also
The partner?
yeah.
Who they tried to throw under the bus and say he was testifying, and his people said, "No, I'm just not testifying against my partner. I'm just assisting in
that
the
was an interesting
investigation."
leak. I noticed that too. I was like, oh, that's a nice little leak.
It is.
It's probably not even accurate. Which, ta-da!
Here he is talking about some
His
of the
attorney,
some of what they're talking about
That
now.
you are being hit with the assault charge because you stood on Mr. Brooks's shoulder while he lay dying.
That's not really true.
If you look at the video, as Officer Brosnan approaches, and Officer Rolfe is already there, he doesn't even know that Mr. Brooks has been shot at first. He doesn't even realize that first, Devin. And he goes up there and he's trying to figure out, is this scene secure? Is it safe? He knows that his taser has been taken from him. You can't see any blood at that point, to be overly graphic here. So he puts his foot, and he told the DA this, he puts his foot, he thought, on his hand or on his arm to make sure he couldn't get a weapon because he didn't know what the situation was. So literally for a matter of seconds, he puts his foot on his arm to make sure he can't grab a weapon. Then he realizes what's going on. He can see his taser is off to the side because it's got a flashlight on it, and he can see the taser. So he gets up and Officer Brosnan goes and gets the taser, puts it in his holster. Other officers are now arriving within 50 seconds. And Officer Rolfe runs and gets his first aid kit. He was not standing on his shoulders. This description by the DA is completely belied by the video if you look at it. It's all on video. It's all on video. And the district attorney just kind of exaggerates this and makes it look like some terrible event where he's standing on his shoulders. It is preposterous, and it is not true. And all you got to do is look at the video, and it'll show that he didn't do anything like that. And they charge him with aggravated assault for that.
Watch your face.
2 minutes is quite a long time.
It's not
when somebody
2 minutes.
isn't. The DA is saying it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's telling you the DA's lying.
Somebody is bleeding.
Watch your.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. Look at the video.
It took less time to call. It took less time to call.
Wow, look at that.
My God.
Oh, he's wrong. Oh, okay, whatever.
Oh my goodness. I mean, how could you be a police officer today? You've got
I don't know.
the society, the media is against you. I mean, you are set up to fail, man.
Yeah. And when you're in a life and death situation like these guys thought they were, you're in an impossible place right now. Impossible.
Let's talk about this District Attorney Paul Howard, who is wrong about this. I mean, the guy was in charge when Ray Lewis was in Atlanta, and a part of those stabbing deaths that no one has ever been held accountable for.
And he made the deal with Ray Lewis.
Yes, I mean, this DA Paul Howard said, quote, Ray Lewis was an active participant in this vicious crime. Next thing you know, he makes that deal like you alluded to for obstruction of justice, and then Ray Lewis goes, I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, if you won't prosecute me, I'll tell you everything I know. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to prosecute you. Yeah, I don't know anything.
And this is
That's everything I know. I don't know anything.
Same district attorney, Paul Howard.
Wish I did.
Wish I did.
Man.
Who said 2 weeks ago, right? We've talked about this.
2 weeks ago, he said that a taser is a deadly weapon. Well, okay. Then the guy was brandishing a deadly weapon
and shooting them with it
against the police, so they returned fire with a deadly weapon.
I can't.
It's unbelievable.
And
they just happen to be caught up in this environment.
Yep.
I know.
And
bad time.
Really bad time for them. Really bad time. All right. Speaking of police, we've got some issues going on in Portland, right? Protesters tampering with Portland Police Central Precinct.
Watch
this is good stuff here.
Yeah, so the garage, the parking garage where the police cars are located, they have taken a flag.
What's the purpose over here of this?
Flag cord.
Maybe don't film. Yeah, what's the purpose?
They don't want to be filmed. Look at these little Antifa punks. Don't film us doing this. They have taken a flag
That's really not appropriate.
Look at that. They've
And
locked,
this is appropriate? This is how people die. This is very appropriate.
they've locked the police inside the station.
Yeah, you're risking the lives of everyone. Please don't film me. Please don't film me.
That's crazy.
Hideous.
At least somebody called him out on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, and that was like a news reporter up there in Seattle who was there. And but at least the police responded. As I say Seattle, I meant Portland. They responded appropriately, right? They sent out a tweet to the bad guys there that were locking them. What they said something like, the group at the Justice Center shifted, blah blah blah. They're tampering with entry and exit doors.
Mm-hmm. Fire safety hazard causing a serious safety concern, of course. Also, speaking of safety hazards and where we are at this particular juncture, I mean, you don't even know if police are going to be able to show up anymore because they're being blocked. They're not excited about going certain places because.
Right. But as that tweet shows, they didn't even go outside their own precinct to deal with this. They sent a tweet and said, remove the items now. Ooh.
Yeah, and they can't get mayors behind them.
No.
So what do you do?
What do you do?
So we've got this video from Santa Monica the other day where people are being pulled out of their cars and jumped at gas stations.
Look at this. Look at this. This is in the street there. They're dragging people out of their cars, robbing them. Some cases taking their cars.
I will not have that.
That's America 2020. Look at this. Begging for their lives in the middle of an American street. Are you for real?
But that's not violence. That's okay. That's okay because they're just making a statement. You know, they're trying to be heard.
It's justified.
That's the only thing they have available to them is to be violent right now. That's it.
And this guy,
that's all they can do.
This guy gets jumped in the parking lot after he was in line inside. They cut
kicked in the
line.
head, kicked in the face.
Yeah, yeah. His big crime was he said, "Hey guys, man, I'm in line. What are you doing?" And so they waited for him outside and beat the crap out of him.
And kicked him in the face.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And these are just two of many, many videos that are making the rounds. So,
and the cowardice of the mobs, you know, where it's 6-on-1. That's nice. That's great. Yeah. And if he attacked back, you know, it'd be a lot worse. They'd probably kill him.
Yeah, and then District Attorney Paul Howard would probably jump to their defense anyhow.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
I can't take it. Just unbelievable. It's a good thing there's a weekend coming up.
Right.
Because we could use it.
It's Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day weekend. Right. That's
it's a party weekend. We all get together. And...
On Sunday, some people can go to church, maybe. I mean, can we still go to church? We can't. No, there's something we can't do.
Is your church still closed, Jeffy? Is that what's going on?
Oh, yeah. You know, he's upset about that, too.
It's on lockdown still?
Interestingly, his church has been locked down for over 60 years.
Well, we're cutting edge. Way ahead of time, my friend.
So
can't be too careful.
They don't mind the Supreme Court's ruling, then, do they? They don't care.
Oh, they were pissed, but that's just beside the point because we have to, it's for safety.
Oh man! All right. Well, have a great Father's Day weekend, and hopefully we'll have some. We actually do have some good economic news.
Yeah, sales and
there's
retail
an infrastructure
sales
bill going through, my friend.
No. And the
what are you
infrastructure
talking about?
Retail sales in May were up
17.7%.
I think that's what he was alluding.
That's the largest jump of all time. Of course, they were down in the dumps before that. So
to the lowest of all time.
But still that's some good news, right? We're going to leave you on a good news note.
Yay!
Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day. We'll see you Monday.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.